Welcome. Today I would like to talk about JavaScript generator functions and how you can use them. So let's get started. To demonstrate an example, I would going to use a generator function to generate what is considered the Fibonacci sequence, and I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with it. Basically, the sequence starts with 0 and 1, and then the number is just the sum of the previous two. So example 2 would be sum of 1 and 1, and 3 is sum of 2 and 1, and this is obviously an infinite sequence and goes on and on. So let's try to write what is considered a generator function in JavaScript. So I'm going to use Chrome console to do that. So let's get started. Basically, you can just start with the keyword function and you can add a star to it. It doesn't really matter if the star is right next to the function or is it after the generator function. And let's say we would name this function the Fibonacci. And so let's get started. Basically, what we want to do is first time we want to generate the current value, and I'm going to use a big int notation. So I would going to have an n at the end, so the numbers can be arbitrarily large. So that's what I did. And the next one is essentially going to be 1. So these are my two first function numbers, and then we want to generate continue to generate Fibonacci numbers. And so what you can do is you can just write while true loop, and in the loop I'm going to use one of the keywords that is useful in generator functions called the yield. Basically what it does is it pauses the method that is being called, in this case Fibonacci, at this point, and whatever the value of current is going to return it. And next time when you call the generator function to generate a next value, it will continue from that point onwards. So the way to do this is I'm going to just use an operator to get the values for current and next, and the easiest way you can do it in one line is essentially this: current current plus next. And this is an obviously looks like a while loop that is going on infinitely, and we have defined our function. Now to use this we can define some value, which, let's say, let my is equal to Fibonacci. And so we have defined this function, and now to get the value from this generator function, the way you invoke is you just say my dot next, and you can see it basically returns an object where the value is 0. This is the first value, and then it says it's not done. And obviously this function is never going to be done because we have an infinite loop. But the way you notice is that I'm able to get one value of the Fibonacci from this. So if I do the next, you'll get the second value, which is 1, and then I get again 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2, and it's never done. And then you can see 3, 5, 8, 13, and see, this is one use of generator function, basically, where it pauses at this, returns this value and pauses, and next time you call the next, it will give you this information. So I'm going to add this on my website under Gore Associates, JavaScript generator functions, and you have a great day. Thanks.